Hi, everybody. Welcome to Recine Time. We have an extremely special guest on the show today. I can't believe we got her. Not that this is like a bad show or anything. I can't believe that we landed her. She is the host of Dispatches, and she's a journalist. And it is Rania Khalek, and we're going to give her a call right now. Hey, Rania.
Hey.
Thanks for doing the show. It's a real honor.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm glad to be with you.
Yeah. So you are you're joining us from Lebanon right now.
Yeah, I'm in Lebanon.
Okay. Now what's that like?
It's a little rough considering the situation, but it's nice. Good weather.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, and then there's a little bit of a time difference, right? So, because it must be like really early in the morning out there.
No. We're actually 7 hours ahead of you, so it's the afternoon for me right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. No, it's early in the morning out here, actually. Sorry,
good morning.
Were you ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot. I just I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and I haven't had coffee yet. So I probably am. After this interview, I'm going to go over to Dunkin' Donuts and get like a little breakfast sandwich and probably a coffee.
Okay.
Do they have Dunkin' out there?
Yeah. There's Dunkin' Donuts here.
Interesting. What about Chipotle?
No, we don't have Chipotle, but I mean, people don't really care about that because there's like a war and stuff.
Right. You know what's funny is I used to eat at Chipotle a lot, and I feel like the quality of the steak has gone down a little bit. But I don't know if you know this. If you're ever back here, there's like ways to sort of finesse Chipotle. Like you can go in and you can like order in a certain way where they like give you more food. That's nice.
I mean, okay, that's interesting, but so is the stuff happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about McDonald's? Is there a
Are you serious right now? Are you idiots?
No.
I thought this was a serious interview.
It is.
I have to go.
Wait.
I don't have time for this. I have to go.
Hold on.
Enjoy your breakfast. I gotta go.
Johnny, we lost her? Don't do that. What are you doing?
You lost her.
Why would you let me do that?
Didn't ask her a single question I wrote for you.
Come on. I'm trying to do small talk so we build like a Jesus Christ.
I think she was trying to talk about like geopolitics.
Damn. Life's moving very fast, and I'm not apologizing to you. I don't know what I did. I'm not apologizing to anybody.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The Racines never stop hustling. We never stop hustling. We never stop grinding. We never stop putting out content. Okay, so but that did happen, right? Can we talk about that?
I mean, obviously we're already talking about it. Yeah, it did happen.
You have autism.
What's wrong with that? I'm passionate about stuff. I don't wish you would do anything. I just
I can't control you.
I'm just taking my shoes off really quick.
Why?
Because I want to show you some clap push-ups. All right. Well, we got a great show coming up. Please stay tuned. We'll figure something out. Okay, welcome back. We have a lot of show. We have a lot. I want to open up with some housekeeping. This weekend, I will be doing a show in Rochester, New York at Comedy at the Carlson. You can go to microcinecomedy.com for tickets. Next week we got Cleveland. Next month we got Cincinnati. We got Fargo coming up. We got Chicago. We got Boston. We got Tampa. We got Maine. So please go head over to microsinecomedy.com to see me live on the road. Okay. Johnny, how about that interview? That was fine. I mean, we got something at it. We can use some of that, right?
I think it was perfect. Flawless.
I mean, it wasn't flawless, but I appreciate your optimism.
Yeah. I think people
maybe, yeah. And I was able to, it's funny, they got the table back in here. That's good. I think in the future, let's make sure we have the table. I think I get a little on edge when we don't have the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got a lot of stuff. To get into. Hey, what's up? Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, do you want to do the podcast for a little bit? We had a guest. We had Rania Khalek on just now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and she had to go. Unfortunately, she had to leave early. Okay. So, do you want to do a few minutes with me?
I'm actually meeting Salma. Do you know Salma Hindy, the comic?
No, I haven't met her.
Okay, I have to meet her for lunch.
Okay. What can you want to do? Like, what if I give me 1 second?
Okay.
What if you sat down? What if I gave you like $5? You can get like a coffee or something at lunch on me if you just stuck around for like 20 minutes.
You can offer me money, bro.
Yeah. Take it. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
welcome back to the show, Nina Kharoufeh, everybody.
Hello.
All right. This is great.
Should I put this on?
This is perfect.
I mean, this is, oh my God. What do you want to talk about?
Anything. Well, because a lot of people know your politics and everything, but you're also a boxer.
Yes, I'm not allowed to talk politics anymore.
Okay.
I've been canceled one too many times.
Okay. What if we did a thing? Because this is Recine time now. It's my show. And we do things a little differently here.
Okay.
What if you did a thing where you punched me as hard as you could? Right here on the show. I don't know. See, I've been thinking about that a lot. I was driving the other day and there was a guy like honking at me really loud.
Okay.
We were getting onto the highway and then I like drove up alongside him and I wanted to give him like one of these, like as I passed him. And I got scared. I felt like I was like,
do you have road rage
again? No, I'm the opposite. I think I'm like a coward. I think I'm afraid of being, because I've never really been punched.
Is it because you're white?
Is it because I'm white? You saying white people are cowards?
You said it, not me.
No, you said it.
No, it was a question. I didn't say it's because you're white. I said, is it because you're white?
Am I a coward because I'm white?
Or a comedian? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is why I don't do podcasts anymore. Mm-hmm. I just get myself in trouble.
Did you have you been in trouble recently?
Oh, I'm in trouble every day of my life. If it's not from my family, it's from people on the internet. If it's not from people on the internet, it's from my manager. If it's not from my manager, it's people on TikTok banning my account. I got my account back, by the way.
Yeah, you're kind of a wild card.
I'm so not. I'm so normal, and everyone just is like, Nina's insane, and I'm like, am I really though?
Whenever people say,
I'm also in my healing era. Just to let everybody know.
Okay. Whenever people say like, oh, Muslim women are oppressed, I always want to go, have you met Nina Kharoufeh?
Yeah, that's so funny. It's funny when people say that because I'm like, that's so, especially Arab women. Every Arab woman I know runs her entire household, including her husband, including my sisters and my mother, who are the men of the house. Not to take away from the men in their life, but like Arab women are very strong, emotionally, mentally, physically, like, they're kind of the boss of their house. So whenever people say that Arab women are oppressed or they can't speak freely or they have to follow rules, I'm just like, you haven't met an Arab woman, have you?
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I hired a girl to help me with some video editing stuff. And we've been like communicating over Zoom. Yeah. And she's always got the video turned. Like I either see like the top of her head in the beginning of the meeting or she's got the video turned off. So we've been just like, talking. She's been helping with video editing stuff, and I'm like, yeah, she's really intelligent and articulate. And then I Googled her, and I was like, oh, she's also like kind of cute.
Does she wear a hijab?
No, but I was like, oh,
that's probably why she has her camera turned off. Because if I have a Zoom meeting and I'm home, I'm probably semi-naked and I'm not putting my camera on. Like I'm not getting dressed. I'm not, nope, it's not happening. And because I'm covered up, people are very cautious around me, so they'll never be like, Nina, turn your camera on, because I'm like, sexual harassment.
Right.
So that just gave me the vibe that she was a hijabi. But no, is she Arab?
No, but I was like, oh, maybe this is why they wear the hijab.
Yeah.
There's this idea that the hijab is oppressive and,
No, the hijab is the complete opposite of oppression. What's oppressive is women feeling that they have to be half naked 24/7 to get any kind of attention. Right. That's oppressive.
Right.
Being oppressed is being forced to go on the red carpet naked because your husband is bipolar. That's
right.
Shout out to Bianca. I mean, if she wants to do that, more power to her.
Sure.
Because
I asked my wife if she wanted to wear one. She said no.
Yeah.
But but it's like but you are choosing to wear it.
Yeah. I don't understand people's obsession with it. Especially like white people's obsession with hijab. Like I've had so many like white feminists come up to me and they're like, you don't have to wear it. You are in America. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, first of all, I live alone. Second of all, do I look like a bitch who somebody can force to do something I don't want to do? Like, definitely not.
Yeah.
Or people just assume that we're forced by our fathers or husbands. And I'm like, I'm actually single. And funny enough, when I decided to wear the hijab, my dad told me not to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, it's really hot in the summer. That was his...
Yeah.
He combated.
So you prefer to wear it?
Yeah. I wore it really young, and I wore it as just to like see how I felt, and it just never came off. I've been wearing it now longer than I haven't worn it in my life. Like I've been wearing it for like 16 years. So I'm just like, if you would think that if I decided not to in these 16 years, I would have had the courage to take it off. Like, it's annoying. People always have an opinion. Yeah. And it's just like, just mind your own business.
For sure.
I get stared at a lot.
Do you?
Yes. Good, bad, curious, all of the above. Sure. I never just kind of get treated normally. Okay. Which sometimes is nice, especially at work. Yeah. HR is very scared of me.
Are they?
Yes. It's lovely.
I went to Friday prayers a couple Fridays ago.
Oh, that's so nice.
And, yeah, it was cool.
Who'd you go with?
Ismail Lufti invited me.
Oh, I love Ish.
Yeah.
He's dope.
He was in town. Yeah. So, it was cool. I didn't really know where to stand at first. And I went to the back and they said, no, we separate the men and the women. Okay. And it was cool. People don't know anything about Islam.
Are you thinking of converting?
I mean, I don't think I have the time, but I would like to keep going.
It literally takes 5 minutes to convert.
Really?
You just go to the mosque and you repeat a prayer.
Really?
Oh my God. Should I convince you to convert?
I mean, I guess.
Oh my God.
Do you go every week, every Friday?
I don't, because I'm a piece of shit. Also, the mosque is far from my house.
Okay.
Which is not an excuse. I definitely go during Ramadan a lot. Which Ramadan is coming up. So this would be a perfect time for you to convert.
Okay.
Ramadan's right around the corner. It's a beautiful time of the year.
Yeah.
Have you ever fasted before?
No, I don't know if you've looked at me, but it might be kind of hard.
No, but Ramadan
give it
is such
shot.
a beautiful time. It's like self-reflection and learning about just your religion, getting closer to your family, having self-control. Just so many positive things come out of it. You should definitely convert and then say that I forced you so I could get brownie points with God because I need them.
Okay.
Please help me. Help me help you.
Okay. And why the fasting? That's just to be reminded that some people don't have food.
Yes, there's so many reasons and benefits for fasting. It's like it's a time to get closer to your religion. It's a time to get closer to your family. It's a time to repent. It's a time to pray. It's a time to practice self-control. Just all the things you could possibly think of. It's also really good for your health.
Self-control, that's a big one.
Self-control.
Yeah.
Do you have good self-control?
I would say it's probably like a 6 out of 10.
That's not awful.
It's not awful.
It could be better though.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you struggle with?
What do I struggle with? I guess just like staying focused.
Okay.
And like nothing really. I mean, porn's not allowed in Islam, right?
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I doubt it.
But I don't have any. Yeah.
Do you have a porn addiction?
No.
Okay.
No, I definitely don't.
I was about to say that's.
I don't know. But I guess just like staying focused and eating.
Yeah. So I gotta run.
You have to run?
Yes, but also like convert.
We've only been doing but we've only been doing like 10 minutes.
Has it only been 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I could do.
What if we did? Okay, what if we did?
But you have to promise to convert. That's the only way.
I'll convert to Islam if you give me another 20.
I got you.
I'll convert to Islam.
I'm gonna hold you to this.
Okay.
But you have to actually like practice and follow. You can't just do it because I forced you.
And then, so what does that entail?
Like praying, fasting, believing in God, being a good person. So it's a lifestyle.
Okay.
It's a good life. It's a positive lifestyle.
It does seem like it. The guy talked a lot. The imam talked a lot about like helping the homeless.
Yes.
Which they never really talked about in Catholic mass. I don't think they ever like talked about the homeless. Like there's people sleeping on the street in Toronto. He said, and then Ishmael was saying that like he's usually more political. It wasn't that political, that speech, but it was just like, I was listening to it. I was like, how would anybody have a problem with this?
Because there's a lot of stereotypes and myths and political agenda that like kind of perpetrate in the media against us, and a lot of Gerard Butler movies that are against Muslims and make us look like we're big bad scary wolves.
Yeah,
and it's just not the case.
Yeah,
we're just trying to vibe.
Yeah,
and like Americans kind of come into our countries and cause havoc and chaos, and then they wonder why we hate them.
Right, and then they have to be like, oh, they're the And then there's a thing that people say, because I was looking into this. People go, oh, Muhammad married his wife when she was 6. But then,
it's just
but I heard they were doing that in Europe too, right?
They find any kind of just ammo against us to like use it. Like I remember there's documentary I watched years ago. It's called The Muslims Are Coming. It's by a comedian I know and love named Dino Baydullah. And he went to the South and he would read like scripture, or he would read like certain things, and he would like people like kind of man on the street, and he would read these awful things that would like about beating up your wife, or like just killing people who don't want to conform to the religion. And he would ask
from the Quran.
No, he would. It was just religious text.
Just religious text, yeah.
And he would have people guess what religion is that from, and every single person said Islam or the Quran, and it was all from the Bible. And it was just like, y'all are pretty violent too. I mean, if you're looking for violence, you're going to find violence. If you're looking for peace, you're going to find peace. It just depends on what the individual brings to it.
Okay.
I mean, there's violence and iffy things in every religious text. So it's like, if you want to just focus and harp on that, go for it. But there's like so many other beautiful things in our religion that no one ever focuses on. And also he didn't marry her until she was like of legal age.
Okay. Like 9.
I don't remember what the
because I saw some video and some guy was like, that's true, but everybody did that.
Yeah, back in the day.
But yeah. So take that, Islamophobes.
Also, I mean, what about all the rabbis that are and priests that are like raping little boys? Like no one ever talks about that. And that's like in today's day and age. So yeah.
What are your favorite things about Islam?
My favorite things about Islam is kind of the sense of community. We definitely have a lot of community. We're kind of, it just makes you feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself. It keeps you humble. It keeps you focused. It keeps you driven. Because every day I strive to be a better Muslim. I'm not the best Muslim by any stretch of the imagination, and I have so much work to do, but it's a lot of self-reflection. It's a lot of self-control. It's discipline. And I feel like I'm in control of my life being a Muslim. Like I wear a hijab. I get to decide everything in my life, and I get to decide how people view me. And it's very freeing. And now that I convinced you to join us, I'm getting some brownie points with the man upstairs.
Right. Oh, hi.
Oh my God. Hi.
Do you want to join the show? Yeah. I know you guys are doing something, but
no. I mean,
just give me maybe another like 20.
That's fine.
Okay.
He's converting to Islam.
Yeah. I said I would convert to Islam if you guys did the show for like a few. But maybe like another 20.
20 minutes is fine.
How about another 20?
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna watch you convert.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's gonna convert this Friday before Ramadan.
Oh, perfect. On a Friday too. It's a blessed day.
Exactly. And I was telling him I need the brownie points with God. So,
are you gonna give Nina credit?
Yes, he is.
Sure. Yeah. And it's not. She said it's not that hard. You just kind of.
It's literally the easiest religion to convert to.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying
there's no selection
minutes.
process like Andrew Tate converted, which is
okay.
alarming. Yeah, that's
Nice.
my opinion on it.
And then are you like absolved of your sins after?
Yes, you
after
start
you do?
fresh. You have no sins.
Okay.
So you're actually
Not
getting
that I have
better
that
than
many.
us. Yeah.
Not that you have that many. I mean, I don't know. You are a comedian in New York.
But you're going to be.
Yeah. But that all the bad stuff I did was like a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Like 2011, 2012.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Salma Hindy. I am an Egyptian Canadian stand-up comedian in New York. And I met Nina online, I think, like a long time ago. I started comedy wearing the hijab.
Okay.
I was very practicing.
Yeah.
I wore it for 22 years of my life. And then 5 years into my comedy career, I took it off. Big, I don't even know what you would call it, like ripple, massive tsunami occurred in my life as a result of that, and in my career and with my family. And then and then
it was like positive and negative, or
very polarizing.
Yeah.
Somebody told me your decision is going to polarize people. Either they're going to completely be repelled from you or like be drawn to you. You're not going to make anybody neutral, basically.
Sure. What made you take off the hijab?
Good question. Okay, so first I want to say I respect every single woman's right to do whatever she wants with her body. Yeah. Okay.
But you got past the Comedy Cellar and you were like,
she was like, time to be a whore.
You know what? Everyone said that. They're like, you're a fucking sellout. And I was like, sellout? What are you talking about? I lost my angle. Like I lost my uniqueness. Yeah. Now I didn't even know if I was funny without the hijab. I didn't know who I was.
There's just no pleasing everybody.
There's no pleasing everybody. But you know what? I held on. I feel like I wore the hijab a lot longer maybe than I would have because white men are racist. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They want to save you.
Right.
So it's like,
I'm not.
You're not though. You're going to become Muslim.
I'm going to become Muslim.
Yeah. You're a brother.
Yeah. I mean, I probably am. If you look at some of my old podcasts, you know, not that.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Salma, I wear a hijab and I still wear a hijab and I'm still very polarizing to people. They either love me or hate me. I don't have anyone that's just like, oh, Nina's okay. People will either say Nina's awesome or I hate that Muslim bitch.
It's
like,
true.
it's just never.
We are the most the haram police is most wanted.
Yes,
on
for
TikTok.
sure.
They come for us. The moral police, the moral like Muslim police.
Okay.
Yeah. But I ultimately, to answer your question, I realized a big part of my bond with hijab was a trauma bond because it was a political identity. And I wanted to say, fuck you to the white man. Like, if you tell me to take it off, I'm going to wear it even harder. France. You know what I mean? So it took me.
And do they still have that ban over there?
Yeah. You can't wear hijab.
And
I know. You can't wear hijab till you're like 18, but you can have sex when you're 14.
Right.
Let's talk about pedophilia in France and how white men go to escape there.
Of course.
So, you know what I mean? People love to say the prophet and
we were just talking about that.
Yeah. But because it's a like hot Islamophobic racist point, and Americans hate Muslims.
Yeah, they do, for sure. They don't even know that they hate us. They just hate us. And if you
they don't even think about us.
Yeah.
They're like, you're such an afterthought. Like, you're just 9/11. Like, get away from my brain. Do you know what I mean? A huge shock for me, a Canadian who lived in Toronto my whole life. So
you're like, I'm not even from this country.
Yeah, and they still hate me. Also, my birthday is 9/11. So there is a lot of
interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stereotypes that I embody. I embody all the stereotypes, which is dangerous to racism.
Right.
Basically, it's fueling the ammunition of Islamophobes.
Right. So that must have been tough to celebrate your birthday because everyone's like, look, she's celebrating. And you're like, no, it's my birthday.
She's so happy.
Yeah, exactly. I actually make a joke. I'm like, my parents were celebrating 9/11 and not actually my birthday.
Okay.
And then I'm like, I'm kidding. They condemn both incidents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Salma.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched a video by an Egyptian YouTuber in Arabic who talked about the origin of hijab and sort of explained the history around it, how it even predates Islam, and then the ideology in which it was introduced. And you know, it had to be my own person to tell me. I don't want to hear it from anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. I just really want to emphasize that point. If you want to free Muslim women, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was just telling
It's got to be fun to call people whores though for not wearing one.
Oh
right?
yeah, I do all the time. Like, you're a prostitute.
Yeah, because I feel like in the past year, I've never had the moral high ground like ever in my life, but this year I kind of have, and it feels good.
Once you become a Muslim, you'll have some more moral high ground. Look,
Yeah.
I'm connected to a community of one of the fastest growing religions in the world.
True. It's really great grounds to make you self-righteous. I was that for so long. I mean, I still am self-righteous, but just for different things now.
And is that going to like corrupt me? Is that going to make me like less funny now that I have?
No, just don't be hacky on stage.
Don't be hacky.
Because there's a bunch of Arab Muslim comics that are fucking hacks.
And what are they? How are they hacky?
They're just hacky.
And what are their exact names? No, I'm kidding.
I'll give you a list. No, I'm just kidding. After we finish recording, just like a lot of like airport jokes and like
just overdone shit.
Yeah. Or like they'll have like comedian in their bio and they just do like skits with their dad, and you're like, you're not a comedian. Sure. Stop it.
It's like your parent is your whole career. Your parent is the funny one that you're like capturing.
Yeah.
Sure. Have you guys burned any bridges?
Oof, have we ever?
Yeah.
Where to start?
No. More about being Palestinian than being Muslim, though.
Right. Okay.
So that's definitely the bridge burning for me.
Nina's existence alone is so offensive to
my
half of America.
existence triggers people.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend in LA. She's a comic, and she was like, a booker literally called her and was like, "You're friends with that girl Nina from New York, right?"
Oh, really?
And the girl goes, "Yeah." She was like, "Does she just like hate Jews?" And my friend was like, "Absolutely not. Like, Nina criticizing the state of Israel or the Zionist agenda has something to do with Judaism."
Yeah.
And like my friend totally like defended me, like great for her, but the person was just not absorbing the information.
Mm-hmm.
And like they just hear that I'm Palestinian and automatically like it's just I get kind of blackballed.
You feel like you have to convince the world that you don't hate Jews, or do you kind of like lean into it a little bit and you go, I guess I will if everybody, if I'm going to be accused.
I think in the beginning,
it looks like fun. No, I'm just kidding.
In the beginning of my career, I was very scared and like, I don't want to get like blacklisted. And I was very much like, hey, I'm not anti-Semitic, guys. I'm a Semite, I'm Arab. But
right.
Now I just don't give a fuck because I'm like, I'm not going to pander to a group of people who make it their mission to misunderstand me or misunderstand the movement, or they make it their mission to pretend that we're racist just to make themselves feel better about where they stand on the situation. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna live my life pandering to a group of people who I don't even care about. Like,
can we talk about anti-Semitism and the hierarchy of racism? Okay. Anti-Semitism is very real, especially like I've been staying in Crown Heights for a long time. There's a massive Jewish community, visibly religious, visibly Jewish. I was visibly religious for 22 years of my life, okay? It's fucking terrifying. You walk down the street, you're afraid someone's gonna like rip your clothes or say something to you or shove you or make fun of you or like, I don't know, shove pork in your face. Yeah, like whatever, do anything racist. But then anti-Semitism and Islamophobia is mostly perpetuated by white supremacists. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who are doing the hate crimes. So we're both suffering from the same, perpetrator. And if we look at the hierarchy of racism, everything goes back to the Holocaust, right? Okay. I always say, okay, who's experiencing the most racism? If we were in the Holocaust right now, who would be the first to go? It would be me and Nina. Okay, even if there were Jewish Ashkenazi people in the room, it would be me and Nina. We would be the first to go. Mm-hmm. It's because colorism, right? Because like features and all of that. Like anti-Semitism, I believe, is something that's relative to the Aryan race, relative to, for instance, Germans, and like the concept of Jewish people having a big nose. I just heard that for the first time 2 years ago when I moved here. Every single Arab has the biggest nose ever.
Yeah,
what are you talking
it's a very
about?
Arab
we
thing.
have big noses. We have curly
Italians
hair.
too.
Italians. We have dark skin. Like, so it's like, it's all about the proximity to whiteness. Yeah. The proximity to the Aryan race.
My dad has pretty dark skin, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
And does he experience like any discrimination for it?
I think probably when he was younger.
Okay.
But now he's like, yeah, I'm white now.
Right. He's like, there's browner people.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
And that's my point around it. It's very real, but if anybody's unsafe, it's a Palestinian.
Yeah.
The most.
Sure.
Thank God I know how to fight.
Yeah, you think that helps?
Yeah, I'm dying for someone to say something smart to me on the subway so I can knock them out.
Right. I try to be ready too because I have a hat that's like it's got like a keffiyeh brim on it.
I love that for you.
So I just try to,
You're so brave.
Yeah, because my hairline's receding. So
Oh,
I wear it for like a couple reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess I just try to think like if you go to any of these protests, it's probably the ones in New York. It's probably at least like 30% Jewish people.
Oh yeah.
At the protests.
Oh yeah. They're aggressively non-Zionist. Most of our Jewish friends.
There's so many Jewish people in
They're
occupied Palestine that are like against the occupation and against Netanyahu
And they're suffering great costs. Like they're getting estranged from their families as a result. I, someone who just recently got estranged from my family, know how
for the hijab stuff or for the
hijab, for religion, for talking about sex on stage. I would say that's the biggest thing. It's more about like,
God, you really just can't make everybody happy.
Yeah,
because I have people like fans of mine who will be like, stop doing this stuff and just get back to comedy, get back to what you're good at.
Right.
And you want.
Oh,
and
they're mad
like,
that you're being political.
They're mad, and they're like, just do what you're good at, which I understand that. And I guess nobody wants to be like lectured or anything, but then you're like, well, it's important that you
can't make everyone happy because
I'm like,
for a while people were like, you're not saying anything, you're not saying enough, you're not saying enough. So then I went on a news segment, I was talking about the occupation, but then I was wearing the Mocha Jordans, and all the comments were like, they're a Zionist company, and I'm like, I bought them 2 years ago. I'm like, y'all wanted me to talk about this. Now I'm on TV talking about you guys are criticizing my fucking sneakers. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't win it.
You can't make anybody happy. Like even us, like we're very pro-Palestinian, obviously vocal about it. But I was working with a Zionist previously and I got so many comments, you're a genocide supporter, genocide sympathizer. And then after I broke up with that person, which was devastating for me personally and professionally, and I went...
somebody you had a professional relationship with that was like,
a massive professional
helping
mentor.
you with some work. And,
very well known. Like people are gonna know who I'm talking about.
And can we talk about Salma not doing those shows after she told me how much she was getting paid per show?
Yeah,
Salma Hindy deserves her flowers for walking away from that.
Right.
Because when she told me how much she was getting paid, I was like, God damn, bitch.
I know it sucks to like lose that income.
Yeah.
I lost like 20 grand, okay, for walking away. And
that's too much money
in like less than a month.
And where were those people? Where were those people commenting? Did they pay my rent?
No, they didn't.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
And Palestine remained as it was. Like, obviously, we're devastated. We feel powerless, so we take it out on each other or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's the most intense thing that we've experienced, in my opinion.
And you got to play the game a little bit. And I think of some of the bridges that I burned, or like people that I used to be friends with that I'm not as close with anymore. And I'm like, really, I just didn't like seeing children get blown up, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. And we might have like butted heads a little, but it's weird that we're not talking anymore. And then I go like, maybe if I wanted to, I could reach out and just try to like mend the bridge. But then you feel like you're kind of betraying your principles and your values by doing that.
Right.
So I don't know.
This is like a very non-logical, there's also a lot of indoctrination that happened in so many of the Jewish communities where like to them religion and their right to exist equals Israel. It's just indoctrination constantly. And my friend, I had a really, really good friend. We did a show together in Edinburgh called Parallel. I grew up in a conservative Muslim community in Toronto. She grew up in a very Orthodox Jewish community in Jersey. We had the exact same upbringing, as in religion, like fucked us up in the same way.
Okay.
But we're from completely different communities. And she was very pro-Zionist. Like she has a picture at 10 years old sitting on an Israeli tank with a flag in the back. And then she went through a whole journey to unlearn everything. And she saw Checkpoint in Palestine. That was like the first thing. Then she met a Palestinian professor who called out his bias. He said, I'm Palestinian, so I'm biased. She had never heard a Jewish person that state their bias before when talking about Israel. I'm talking specifically about Zionists, many, many non-Zionist Jews. And that the integrity of that like blew her mind. Then she started reading up on it, and she told her parents, did you think I wasn't going to find out? Like they told her there's no real Palestinians. They're just from Jordan and Egypt and Syria and the surrounding
They're just a bunch of Arabs that walked over.
Yeah. And they said, and that's why some of their last names are Masri, which means Egyptian. Yeah. That's crazy to me because my last name is Hindy, which means Indian, and I'm Egyptian. Like it doesn't mean where you're from. It's like some
That's what a friend of mine said to me recently, a guy who's like pretty smart. He goes, Yasser Arafat's from Egypt.
My last name means sheep. What does that mean?
True. It really means sheep.
So
Interesting.
am I just like a farm animal now?
Like the names don't. Yeah, it was mind blowing to me because the scariest thing is like they could turn around and do that to Egypt tomorrow if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. Like, do you know what I mean? It's all about framing the narrative. It's really like an
mind
intellectual,
control.
War.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
For sure. Did you guys vote?
No,
I'm not a citizen, so
Okay.
I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I did not vote because they're both genocide lovers, and I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's interesting to see people returning to Gaza and people going back to their homes and like, and then also I know that Trump wants everyone to go to Egypt and Jordan, but like, was that an option in the past during the Biden administration?
No, because Egypt had the borders closed real tight, and they only opened it if they took 10. I think it was $2,500 per child, $5,000 per person, US dollars,
which is insane.
Yeah.
Like how so many families were stuck,
but some people were trying to leave because it seems like the majority of people want to stay in Gaza. But now, I guess, do they have the option to get out if they? I
think Trump is trying to tell the surround like Egypt and Jordan to open their borders basically,
but they're not down for that though.
Yeah, and the ones who wanted to leave for like a hospital, like for emergency. Like I met some people who are in Egypt now who left from Gaza, and they were telling me like their brother was like needed emergency treatment, so they were trying to get out, and then they're paperless, and they told me it's hell. Like they can't travel anywhere, even in the Middle East, if you're from Gaza, if you're Palestinian,
and you can't get a work visa, so you can't get a job.
Right.
And you can't collect, like, they don't have like
you can't
Section 8 out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really tough.
They're completely alone. They were complaining to me that they don't have any za'atar, which is like this, is it basil?
It's like an herb.
Yeah, basil or thyme. That it's such a traditional like Palestinian dish. You put it on everything, bread, and they don't have olive oil. They were literally talking about olive oil like it was drugs. They're like, I know someone who gets it from the border and they can like, sneak it in and bring it to you.
Palestinians want to be in Palestine.
Yeah,
That's it.
they don't want to be in Egypt. I love Egypt.
And anyone that's talking shit about the other Arab countries who don't want to take them in, like, first of all, go fuck yourself. Do you see what you guys are doing to the Mexicans on the border? Like, would you just let Canadians come in and take all your jobs and all that stuff? Like, America does the same shit.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, if Americans are like, why can't Jordan let them in? Like, why give Israel Florida? Give Israel Alaska? Like, would you let all the Israelis just come live in your country? You guys would never allow that. So it's like, why should other countries just let other people come in? Also, Palestinians have Palestine. Like, it's their country. They want to go back to where they came from. Like,
yeah, I guess it's just like on principle, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to leave.
So it's like, why won't the other Arab countries let them in? And it's like, because they have their own country to live in. Like, why would they just...
Every now and then I'll just be like, what are white people doing in the Middle East? It's literally that. Like, you can't even handle the sun.
That's why they all have skin cancer.
But yeah, it's not. It's, to me, I'm like,
but I guess the resilience is a little surprising because you would just think after the horror show that we just watched, some of them would be like, we want to get out of here, but they're
no. I mean, it is their home,
of course. At
this point. Like, how long have they been there now?
Their whole life.
Yeah. So how are you? It's like telling me to leave Canada, you know, because the indigenous people rightfully deserve the land.
Yeah,
it would be fucking hard.
Yeah,
I lived there my whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think both things can be true. But let's just like start by maybe making room for that. It's the resistance is crazy, and that's how I know it's like a bodily backlash. Like the Holocaust, it's like, has the community healed in their bodies from it? Because that shit passes down in your ancestry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I really am a big believer of like the trauma that your body's holding. Like I've done plant medicine a lot, like ayahuasca and mushrooms and stuff to like purge the ancestral shit that I'm carrying, you know? And it's like actively being done to the Palestinians right now. It's horrific. Like, when are they going to heal? How many generations down the line?
It's going to take a long time.
Yeah. Like, and that's what, and then that's what causes the bodily, like you feel in your body, like it's like the Holocaust was just yesterday. You know what I mean? Because you're still carrying it. So I really do believe we need to expand our healing.
Yeah. It's just like interesting to see them they still haven't given up. So it does, do you worry that it is headed towards, I don't know, like it's headed towards something like the chaos isn't really going to stop, the fighting's not going to stop?
I don't think the chaos is ever going to stop until Palestine is fully liberated.
Right. But that feels like a big ask.
It shouldn't be an ask. It should be a requirement. Like, it should just be, you know?
I personally believe that Israel is going to keep trying to expand as per that flag that shows the outer area. My biggest fear is that they're going to go back for Sinai, which is part of Egypt right now, because they did go to war with Egypt on that in, I believe, 1967. And they did the same thing to Egyptians that they're doing to Palestinians right now. They said Egyptians are barbaric, they're blah, 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 they're all terrorists, they're all this and that.
And Egypt is like the West, kind of like the West bitch, right?
Yeah, right now. It's like America's rent-a-cop, you know what I mean? But so I don't know if they'll go for Sinai because there's a peace treaty right now. But I mean, growing up, hearing about, I've been attending Palestine protests since I was like 10 years old or something. Like, I'm not even Palestinian. Hearing about the horrors that are constantly coming out of Israel, and that any moment they can bomb you or they can accidentally bomb you and they don't care. Like, it's terrifying. You don't know what's going to happen. It's just a very dark energy. That's what I think, with all love to every Jewish person's safety.
Yeah.
And then I hear people talk about a right to return a lot. So like, what does that entail? Like everybody are do the people who are living there now, do they have to leave or give the houses back or give the land back? Like, because this is all pretty new, right? It's like 1948 was not that long ago,
right?
So everybody has to. I guess what is that? What is the liberation of Palestine look like?
The right of return back to the 1948 borders kind of thing.
Okay.
Blockade, siege, all of that is lifted. Checkpoints gone. Freedom to move within the region. You know, just living a very normal, basic life. Like, we're not asking for like
equal power passport.
Yeah. We're not asking for anything that is not a normal human being, right? You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it shouldn't even be such a big debate or discussion. And people they're just like, Palestinians are asking to be treated like normal humans. How dare they?
Sure.
And it's just like, well, yeah, it's our land. It's our country.
Like, getting kicked out of your home and then you can never go back there. That's crazy. Like, my grandma's home. We never go there anyways because it's in like downtown Cairo and it's not really safe or whatever. But it's there. Her home is there. Like, we have the key. I can go there anytime I want. Like, I can't imagine someone having like, let's say, is squatting in there. That's different than my family living there at their prime being kicked out. And then that family now living there. That's so traumatizing.
Yeah.
Can't even grasp that.
And is it like, so it's not unrealistic, because I hear people talking about the 1967 borders and like there may be some kind of compromise there, but you think that but you think it is realistic to get the whole thing, to get the
it's
whole
super
thing
realistic, and I think it'll happen.
Okay.
It'll just take some time.
Okay. And it'll just be like the world not liking Israel, and hopefully the thing just disintegrates.
I think it's just really giving weight and voice to the Palestinians. And if it does happen, I personally don't know what's going to happen, but if it does happen, I think it would be the first example of that we've ever seen, where you successfully fight back against the colonizers and gain some equal power or something. But
it's been done before in history, right?
I guess people give the example of Algeria and how they were colonized by the French for like 100 years or something. I can't remember. And then they fought them out and then they left eventually.
And then I think it was like 3 million Algerians died, right, to get the French out.
Oh, I'm not sure.
But it's just crazy to think about, where it's like these sacrifices are, I mean, it's so sad, but it's the only thing that's going to lead to
freedom.
100%.
Freedom. Yeah.
I have a friend who's half Egyptian, half Palestinian, and there's 100 million Egyptians. Okay. There's a lot of Egyptians.
Okay.
And she was like making a joke about, like, she was saying they could revolt and they can actually like fight back against against what's happening and help Palestinians. And I was like, there's no way, because Egypt right now is under military control, just by its own military, right? But they're under military control. You can't even protest after the Arab Spring. You cannot even protest for Palestine there. There's no large gatherings unless it's like a concert. And so I was saying, if that were actually to happen, a successful revolution where Egyptians could like revolt and then help Palestinians, there would probably like, I don't know, like 10 million of them would die, or like 20 million of them would die. And she was literally like, we can spare that much. Like she's like, the birth rate is so high in Egypt. She was literally like, let's just sacrifice like 4 million Egyptians or whatever to help Palestine.
Thank you so much.
Most Americans don't understand
doing that for my people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you.
But that would be so
But most Americans can't wrap their head around making those kind of sacrifices and making those calculations.
Americans are selfish.
Sure.
Yeah. One American dies, it's like the whole world has to stop. Like 9/11, they're not over it. Of course, 9/11 is devastating. Listen, like I'm validating that. But if you're looking at the numbers, if every human being weighs the same, then look at Vietnam, look at what you guys did there.
I know. Yeah, we kind of got off easy.
Yeah.
With just 9/11.
It's true.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself.
9/11 was like a slap on the wrist when you think about it. Well, actually, we found the episode title. There we go.
I'm dead.
9/11 was a slap on the wrist.
And listen, we live in New York, so if like anyone's coming for America, they're also coming for us. You know what I mean? Like,
do it
on
not a weekend, because I'm in the city a lot on the weekend.
I'm dead. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, America is causing trouble worldwide. Right. So,
but we just don't have any concept of like, I don't know, like standing up for protecting your family,
right?
Resisting,
right?
We don't have any concept of that because it's always like, you know, I don't know, let's call the cops or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's dog peed on my sidewalk.
Yeah.
Call the
what
cops.
time is it, Mike?
What time is it? It's 12:29.
We did more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want some more money to stick around? Can you do another like 8 or 10?
7.
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
That's a true era of bargaining right there.
And then so why don't I get you guys can share this?
Oh, I mean, he just bought us each a taco, I guess.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
We found a really great taco place.
Okay.
Yeah, next to our frequented comedy club.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's the taco place?
Yeah.
It's called Birria.
Is it called that?
Yeah. Maybe we can ask Johnny if he's tried it afterwards.
Johnny doesn't love us.
I love it.
Johnny, we're obsessed with you.
Johnny doesn't answer my text messages.
Can you love us?
Wow.
He's like, don't acknowledge me right now.
I take up a lot of his time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
So from now on, anytime I text Johnny, I'm going to put you in a group chat so we can respond.
Yeah. Johnny's
like,
oh my God.
Johnny's like, get this Muslim bitch out of here.
He's like, leave me alone.
Do you think the ceasefire is like a step in the right direction?
Stop killing babies and women and children.
That's how I feel because
and civilian men and sure, but it's like it's literally like the ultimate bottom of the barrel, bare minimum. Like the fact that we're like thanking them for like stop. Like it's just so insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and did they stop to like refuel and re-strategize? Because it's a temporary ceasefire, right?
And they're still killing people during the ceasefire.
Exactly. Yeah. They're going hard on the West Bank.
Right.
Like the mass every day. There's like shootings, big explosions, whatever. Like they're
taking over land, bulldozing houses, bulldozing trees. Like it's horrific.
It just feels like you're up against this behemoth.
Machine. Yeah.
But maybe they're not.
Maybe
they're gonna collapse.
I will say, like
I think the Earth is gonna swallow them up. I think Mama Earth is gonna intervene because the amount of destruction, like to the Earth
that they're causing,
you just destroyed a whole fucking city.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna cause pollution and set us back and fuck us up climate change wise. Like
I just feel like in a perfect world, you could be like, we shouldn't have war, but the world is the world. So obviously, war has been around since the beginning of time. I just feel like war should be fought based like hand on like it should be like combat. It shouldn't
hand
be
hand.
It shouldn't be who has more money and power because that's not fair.
Right.
Because I just feel like if it was combat,
they should just get 10 people.
Israelis would have lost years ago.
Yeah, because Nina would be front with her boxing.
No, but like,
bucks.
have you ever heard
They
of
are like pussies.
They are. Have you ever seen their training videos? They don't know how to do. They don't even know how to walk straight.
Really?
One time, this soldier like kicked a tire and like he fell and like tumbled down the fucking hill.
That Nina's critiquing their soldier skills.
They're awful. They don't have hand-eye coordination. They're pussies. They piss themselves. Like they're the only reason they're so powerful is because they have so much money and equipment and
I know, it's like
weaponry.
infuriating.
So obviously you guys are gonna win. You have more weapons than us and your power. But like when it comes to just like mental, emotional, physical strength, you guys are at the bottom of the barrel. Have you ever heard of that like super strong Israeli UFC fighter? Like that doesn't exist.
I'm dead. They're
or
also
Israeli
like
boxers. Like they're awful at everything. There's like these girls that are like Israeli soldiers and they're
Just
literally
bad
like
character.
400 pounds.
Yeah.
And you're like, how are you a soldier? You can't even run. I'm sorry. It's just
they're also like 18, right? They're like 19, like they're children, and I don't even think they understand the concept of what they're doing. Like it's like you're giving them a video game, but like a real one, you know. And they're hiding in their tanks and they're just shooting for fun.
And can we talk about the hostage swap for a second? Like how the Israelis came out, like their state of being versus the Palestinian hostages. These women were smitten with the Hamas guys. They're in love. They saw,
are pretty cool.
You know what? It's because
I'm kind of in love with them
they
too.
saw Arab men be like men, and they're just like, oh, we're not used to this. We're surrounded by a bunch of pussies.
I'm screaming. Honestly, an Arab man, you do gotta go to the Middle East and let an Arab man treat you. Honestly,
stop it. Like they were literally
married,
in love. They were in love.
I know.
They fell in love, and it's not Stockholm syndrome. Like.
It's like, I don't know. Obviously, like, I know we're also seeing the news from one side, right? Like, I can't say I'm following any Israeli pages, but I do think that they treated them with care, like, kind of like they understand the stakes of what's involved. Also, it's unfortunate that, you know, it came onto these people, these women and children also who were kidnapped. That's fucking terrifying. Some of them died, like, but... Yeah, like how many?
But it's almost like
thousands of children, literally teenagers and Palestinian prisoners, women and children, are still in jail right now. The hostage swaps are always like 200 Palestinians were released and 3 Israeli hostages were released. Yeah, nobody ever said anything about Palestinian hostages before.
It's just crazy how much emphasis is put on the hostages, and then it's also like they've been bombing them for you know.
If war is going to be fought. And the normal citizen has no say. It needs to be more fair. It can't be a country that has no money versus tanks and missiles and helicopters.
But that's America's involvement, right?
It needs to be in a ring with a referee, and we'll see who's going to win.
But America wants to destabilize the region, you know, take the oil, keep the USD up, which we are benefiting from.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the number one source of money in America is illness and war.
Military is like America's greatest export right now. It tops like Hollywood, tops film, and just saying something. That's crazy. But yeah, like in Egypt, they're like, America has always painted itself as like, if you need help and you need whatever, you go to America and it'll help you. And then now America's like just punching down.
But then you see like families of the hostages being like, if you have to kill my son, go ahead and do it.
Oh shit.
Like they hate. Yeah. I don't know.
Take
I don't know
for the
how
team.
something like that. But it's like, I don't know, what does the end of it look like?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
You could only hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
We just gotta.
You just have to dream. You just have to keep dreaming.
Be delusional.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the history
the tarot card readers on TikTok say everything is going to work out. So,
like slavery, for instance, and how that was abolished here. Like, can you imagine being in it and like seeing a way out? And I mean, I always think of like folks who empathize with their master or try to identify more with their master because like that's easier than saying we're living in some horror. Mm-hmm. But I think like I've still met a couple of Palestinians who are a little bit like that. They're afraid to say something because the backlash is like very, very intense. But I think at this point, people can see it more clearly than ever before.
It's just sad that so many people have to die.
Yeah, it's awful. It's super awful.
Yeah.
But anyway, Valentine's Day is coming up.
What a great transition.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is today or tomorrow. Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day to all the side pieces.
Ooh.
Tomorrow's your Valentine.
Happy Valentine's Day to every single celibate woman. I love you because I am that.
Okay. How's that going?
No, it's very depressing. I'm very horny. I'm so horny. But we're playing the long game. You know, we're not accepting scraps anymore.
I love that.
So you're trying to just find what you're trying to find
husband.
Your husband.
Yeah.
Okay. And
my green card husband, but also my real husband.
Okay.
This is last year of my visa.
Yeah, I guess you have to you're playing the long game.
So if you want to marry Salma Hindy, email her at
yes.
You're like the people of Gaza in a way. You're holding out for.
We're holding for some big hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck. What about you?
I'm not doing anything. I'm opening for D.L. Hughley. So just comedy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Her true love comedy.
Yes, I will be on a date with comedy.
It's kind of a whack holiday when you think about it.
No, it's not. Only men say that when they don't want to buy their girlfriends or wives things and treat them special. So they'll be like, it's commercialized. And you're like, no, you're just lazy and
I like to treat my wife special every day.
Oh, that's such bullshit.
I treat every day like it's Valentine's Day. So,
but there's one day a year where it should be extra, and you should do that for her.
Sure.
Or just celebrate love. Yeah. I like, to me, Valentine's Day is really hard and triggering because I'm like always single. But the moments that are very enjoyable are like when me and my girlfriends like come together and we talk about like boy problems and we read poems and we.
You mean me and Selma's everyday conversation?
Yeah, we actually have Valentine's Day every day.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I feel like American men are kind of,
not romantic.
Not romancy. They're not really romantic.
Just look at the music lyrics between Arab songs and English songs. You
Arab
can't even compare.
Like, I'll cut off my arm for you. Like
literally,
soul, my heart and my eyes. And that's just like
I'll join the resistance.
Yeah.
I'll dig a tunnel for you.
Thank you.
I'll dig a tunnel for you.
Yeah.
Where is that? I can't even find men to help me move my bags.
Oh yeah.
Down 3 flights of stairs.
Fatherless behavior.
Yeah. Where am I gonna find someone to dig a tunnel?
I'm gonna bring my wife, but I'll help you move the bags.
She's chaperoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Cool. Any I don't know, any final thoughts? Anything you want to
no.
close on? This is fun. We'll have you guys back.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, let's go,
Wait, what's something? Wait, can we approve your Valentine's plans? What do you have planned?
Mine?
Yeah.
My anniversary is next week.
Okay.
So I got dinner reservations for next Thursday.
So you're combining the 2 in 1.
Kind of, because it's easier to go out. Nothing yet, but I mean, I'll get her some. What's that?
What are you gonna get her?
Probably just some. We have a kid. We have a 3 and 3.5 year old. And
is this supposed to take away?
No, I just money's a little tight.
Oh, okay.
And
what about something very thoughtful?
I'll do like I got her flowers yesterday.
Okay.
But the grocery store, the roses were like $35, which I thought were a little. I thought that was a little. We could put that in the stock market or something.
You could make her something.
Yeah.
Like what?
What does she like?
Like a macaroni necklace.
Yeah.
What's something she really likes? Yeah.
She likes our kid.
Okay.
She likes The Wizard of Oz.
Like something
I'll probably do flowers and chocolate or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, maybe you can.
I was thinking more like
we celebrate the week after because it's our. Actually, we're gonna celebrate.
Like Saint Laurent? Does she like Gucci? Does she like Red Bottom?
Mike is like, You lost me.
Yeah.
I'll go to Marshall's and get her something.
Okay.
But we're about to celebrate 10 years together.
Oh my God. That's huge.
10 years.
So
what's the secret?
What's the secret?
Staying together.
I don't know. We communicate like pretty well. We used to fight more.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why don't you do something like really intimate? Like my top 10 favorite moments with you. I know
our son
cliche.
sleeps in our bed, so it can't be too. It can't be too intimate.
Give him some Benadryl and put him on the couch.
Yeah.
Like something thoughtful, like genuinely saying like, these are, I don't know, 10 of my favorite moments that we experienced together, and make sure they're like, just really think on it. Like actually spend some energy and time and then be like, I don't know, like something that maybe your 5 least favorite moments or something like something that is like going to surprise her genuinely.
Said least favorite moments.
Because you're connecting. You know what I mean?
This is my cue to go.
What? Why?
Because I'm tired.
Okay. All right. We can wrap up.
You know something, Mike? I'm always fucking tired.
Me too.
I'm always tired.
Wait till you have kids.
I am tired. Yeah, but you're all day.
Yeah, but you're young and single, and
I sleep 12 hours. I wake up tired. I sleep 6 hours. I wake up tired.
Really?
Life is just tiring.
Are you getting enough protein?
I'm just a sleepy girl.
Yeah. I know. I wake up in the morning. I go, here we go.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Dude.
I get real tired around and yesterday my kid was homesick.
Yeah.
I went into his bed. I slept for like 2 hours, but I was like half asleep and I felt really guilty about it the whole time. Because I'm like, I should be up working and hustling and grinding.
You can't guilt yourself when you rest.
Sure.
That's your body over everything.
Okay.
What did we talk about today?
What if you rest an insane amount of time?
It's just, yeah.
I've been bed rotting for 3 years.
You think it's the COVID vaccine?
Maybe. I've been bed rotting for years.
It's just because I wake up in the morning, I go, I'm going to be tired today.
Right.
Yeah. I went to sleep yesterday being like, I'm going to be so tired tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, what if you do something that's like energy boost, like
cocaine,
going for a run? Yeah.
I do like
Adderall.
I'll tell you what, I do like drinking a coffee around between 4 and 6 p.m.
Isn't this an energy drink?
Something healthy, healthy energy
funny,
boost.
Johnny gave me this when I walked in. I was like, is that alcohol? He was like, no, Nina. I was like, okay, can I have one?
Or a cold shower, a freezing cold shower.
Okay.
That wakes
you up?
That's going to wake you the fuck up. It's going to shock your system into waking up. You're going to be so productive.
Okay.
It's going to feel like you're on Red Bull, but with none of the drowsiness and shit.
Okay.
None of the
Because I like drinking coffee at around 6 because then you feel energized.
Why does this
until
smell
you go
like
to
cigarette?
sleep.
Coffee is literally a drug. I don't
this.
drink. I do not drink coffee.
Okay.
Nobody cares about how nasty this drink is but me.
Oh.
Yes.
Right. Well,
I put my makeup on the subway. Oh my god, this tastes like shit.
Thank you.
This
and now
tastes
your
terrible.
lipstick is all over it.
I know. My lipstick's all over it.
I gotta go pick up my kid.
I'm tired.
Wait, how old is your child?
3.5.
I love.
Yeah. You want to come meet him?
I would love to.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Nina.
Bye.
All right. That's the show. Patreon.com/Recine time, and we'll see you either Sunday night or next week.
Give him money.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.